Hi, I'm Johnny Uzzini, the Executive Pastry Chef at Restaurant Jean-Georges here in New York City. Today we're going to be making our chocolate caramel tart using the Waring commercial food processor as well as a tabletop fryer. So we're going to start with the hazelnut streusel. We're going to use the regular blade, brown sugar, pastry flour, salt, and hazelnut flour, and our butter. I love using a food processor for these kind of doughs because it's not incorporating any air. A lot of times air is a problem when baking and it doesn't bake as dense as you'd like it to. So we're going to start just by pulsing it. This is a great feature where I'm able to just kind of start the blend first before I turn it on. Just going to check it. We're almost there. At this point, when the dough starts to come together, I'm going to add my hazelnuts. I don't want to blend my hazelnuts too fine because our grater is going to do that for me later. I just want to kind of chip them up, break them down, and get them incorporated a little bit. Again, I'm going to go back to the pulse. And that's it. So this is a cool technique because we're going to use a second attachment afterwards. But what I want to do, I'm going to pack this dough into a tube. So what we're looking for is to make the cylinder about the same diameter as the diameter of our feed chute, because we really want to, once we freeze it, we're going to force it down here and use our plunger. Another great attribute of this plunger is the fact that it locks in. So you're able to use it like this, take it out, use it like this. And in a commercial kitchen, that's huge because so often these get lost easily because they're just loose and flying around. But the fact that it locks in, it's able to keep, we're able to keep everything together and not get lost. So I'm going to finish making my tube. Okay, so these we're going to go into the freezer for our next step. So essentially for the second streusel, it's the same technique. We're going to put our butter in, cocoa powder, sugar, and our flour. Starting on the pulse. Another great feature of this bowl is the fact that I'm able to actually turn my dough over, turn the bowl over, and my blade's not coming out. So I'm just going to bring this together the rest of the way by hand, and this is going to go directly into the oven. The next unique feature that we're going to use is this shred disc. What I love about the shred disc is it has two sides to it. It's reversible. So we have a medium-sized shred on one and a fine on the other. So what we're going to do is lock our post into place, sit it in, make sure it's in snug, spin it around, make sure you're locked into position. This is our frozen streusel dough, remember? Turn the machine on. You can see this gives us a really great texture. So our next step is we're going to take our streusel, and I have these flan rings that have been lightly sprayed with a food release spray, and just gently, really gently pack them into place, just about 1/4 the height of the ring. From this point, they go directly into the oven. Now onto our chocolate crumble. What's great this time is it's easy as just flipping this disc over, and now I have a finer grade on my shred. So I'm going to get a nice finer chocolate powder than I did for my hazelnut streusel. Now we're going to make our ganache. First thing we're going to do is put our eggs directly into the bowl. What's great about the new system, it's a liquid lock system. That means I no longer have to worry about when I lift up the bowl later on or anything else, any liquid cannot get out. It's completely sealed. Put our top on, turn it on. Hot caramel directly into the eggs. This is going to pasteurize and cook our eggs. The next ingredient is our chocolate. And we're going to finish with just a bit of fresh cream. So now we have our baked streusel still in the shell. I'm going to take our ganache while it's still warm. Put a thin layer of ganache in. I'm going to put the center full of caramel. A chocolate disc of tempered chocolate. And I'm going to finish with more caramel, with more ganache. At this point, we're going to let it set up in the fridge until we plate. So the next feature we're going to show is the patented whipping disc. This is really great because not only does it whip cream, egg whites, any kind of thing that would normally you can incorporate air in a stand mixer, you can do now in the food processor. And again, snaps down, seals. You don't have to worry about any kind of spillage later on when you turn it back over. So I'm going to show you how to do chocolate ice cream. This is a great way to do chocolate ice cream on the fly. If you have to do something really quick, or you don't have a batch freezer or any kind of other freezer to spin ice cream, you can now spin ice cream at home. So we make a traditional chocolate ice cream base. We have our whipping disc. Lock it, seal it, turn this guy on. And with a little help of our friend liquid nitrogen, chocolate ice cream on the fly. So our next component that we're going to make is an aerated and dehydrated espresso foam. So the first thing we're going to do is combine our dry ingredients. So I have xanthan gum, sugar, and F50 methyl cell. I'm going to combine my simple syrup with my espresso. And I'm just going to add this to the I'm going to turn this on, and we're going to walk away. So our foam's just about there. What's great about this is normally this would take 2 machines to do this. I would use a blender of some sort to blend and disperse in the gums into the liquid, and then I would go into a stand mixer and aerate it and whip it up. But because of the design of the blade, this actually shears in the gums at the same time as aerating them. So we have a nice light foam. From this point, it's going to go directly into the dehydrator. So our final component is we're going to make a chocolate tuile. We use a couple different modified food starches to do this. That way when we fry them, we get a little puff action. So the first thing we want to do is sift them all together. So you have sugar, cocoa. This is atomized chocolate, so chocolate in powder form. Our starches, as well as some confectioner sugar. Once our dry ingredients are sifted, we're going to load it into the food processor with the S blade, lock our top, pour a liquid down. You can see the machine move how much torque it has. It has a 1 horsepower motor. Pretty powerful. What I'm going to do is just make even strands of our tuile base. From this point, this is going to go into the dehydrator overnight. So once our chocolate tuile are fully dehydrated overnight, we're going to go to the fryer. What's great about this fryer is it's compact for one. A lot of kitchens, we don't have a lot of space, especially for tabletop equipment. So it's small, it's compact. It goes up to 390 degrees, which is beneficial. A lot of fryers stop at 375 and they're inconsistent. This is very consistent. Another feature is that it has the lights. Not only does it tell you the power's on, but it tells you when your fryer is up to temp. So often people don't know what temp their oil is and they fry at incorrect temperature. So this helps alleviate that problem. Again, we have baskets. This is really cool. I've never seen a large basket for a fryer like this. So often that we don't even use the baskets. We'll end up frying in there because the baskets are too small. So this gives us the option of actually having a basket and using the complete surface area of the fryer. So what I'm going to do is break these guys in half and drop them in. Now we're ready to plate. We're going to start with a soft caramel. Our tart that's now been set up. This is creme fraiche that we also whipped using our whipping disc. with a little bit of vanilla. This is just some chocolate decor. This is our chocolate crumble now. Here is our espresso foam. You can tell we got a really cool texture. I'm gonna put a couple little nuggets of this guy around. Our chocolate ice cream. Our fried tuiles. So now I'm adding just a touch of edible gold leaf. And there is our chocolate caramel tart, made using our Waring commercial food processor as well as our deep fryer.
Video Shopping Network, an Amazon affiliate. To see this product on Amazon, click the link in the video description below. You'll be able to see current pricing, product reviews, and any special deals. Desktop users should see the Amazon quick link below the video. Mobile users will need to click the little down arrow below the video first.